to note about drawing graphs. So the gaps between the numbers must be the same. So this one is gone over 4 boxes to get from 0 to 2. Remember, this is 0, okay? So halfway will be 1, okay? Now note that from 2 to 4 is also 4 boxes, and that's super important. And even when you're going the other side of the x-axis, that is also 4 boxes. So it's gone up in 2 every 4 boxes. Okay, now you don't have to go up in 2s, you can go up in 1s. It doesn't matter as long as you keep it consistent. Okay, so that the gaps between the numbers are the same. And again, if you think about it, coordinate geometry is a bit like maps. So if you were looking at a map between here and Ballina, then each mile would be the same length. Okay, so in the same way, the distance between 4 and 6 should visibly be the same. Okay, because this Cartesian plane, as it's called, is a representation of distance between points and the slope of points and so on and so forth. Okay, now when you look at the y-axis, this has also gone up in 4s between the numbers. Okay, so it's the same as the y. Now, when you're doing the y, it can be different. So y and x can be different. So in other words, I could have gone up in 6 boxes, for example, between each number. So, okay, which would make him 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would make him 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it doesn't matter if y is different to x. Sometimes it will have to be, depending on the plots that you're, or the points that you're plotting. But the y-axis itself has to be the same, and then the x has to be the same. Okay, so that's the first mistake people can make, in that the gaps are not the same width. Okay, and then plotting points. So remember always x before y. Okay, so when I'm plotting 2, 3, I come over to 2 on my x-axis. Okay, and I'm going up to 3, which is halfway between 2 and 4. So that point there is 2, 3. Over 2 on the x-axis, up 3 on the y. That's what 2, 3 means. Okay, and you always label your points, so I'll have a little a beside him. Okay, then let's plot b. b, it's 10, 4. So x, y again. So over to 10 on my x-axis, up to 4 on my y. Okay, so that's b. 10, 4. Okay, c then is 12, 9, over to 12 on my x-axis, and all the way up to 9. Sometimes you might need a ruler just to keep you straight. 12, 9. So that's my C. One more color. And then D is 4, all the way up to 8. And that's D. Okay, so then if I draw it, A to B, what they told me, and I'm following these instructions here, B to C, okay, C to D, D to A. Okay. Did many of you get that? Give me a little comment. Excellent. Okay, and it makes sense. X before Y. Okay. Now, our time is up, but I'm going to give you some questions to try. Okay, and I'll explain this one as I go. Verify that one pair of opposite sides are equal in length. So in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal in length. And if anybody has geometry done, you will know that, but you may not have that chapter done. It means the length of AD is equal to the length of BC, and the length of DC is equal to the length of AB. So you have to do it twice. You have to get the length of, we'll say AB and then CD and show that they're equal. Or you can pick the other pair of sides, do AD and BC. Okay. Then the next question says, by finding E and F, the midpoints of AC, AC is this diagonal, okay. And then what's the other diagonal? BD, okay. So by finding the midpoints of these, verify that the diagonals bisect each other. So in other words, you should find that the midpoints are the same. That's another property of a parallelogram. Can you conclude that ABCD is a parallelogram? So this question is written in English, so you need to reply in English. Okay, so it's a little paragraph. Yes, it's a parallelogram. And when you've geometry done, you will know the properties of a parallelogram, but two of them are opposite sides are equal in length and diagonals bisect each other. So that's what you need to say there. So if you have your exam papers, it's the 2014 question 13. Okay, if you don't have exam papers, that's okay. You can go onto the website examinations.ie and you can download the exam papers.